When we talk about exercise that makes getting off the floor easier after 65, we're not just talking about convenience, we're talking about independence. We're talking about confidence, and in some cases, we may even be talking about survival. According to the CDC, more than 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 falls every year, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths for older adults. Each year, falls lead to roughly 3 million emergency room visits and about 1 million hospitalizations among older adults. But here's the part people don't think enough about. It's not only the fall that matters, it's what happens after the fall. Can you get back up? Can you roll yourself to your side? Can you push yourself up onto your knees? And can you get one foot underneath you? Can you stand without panicking, twisting, or injuring yourself more? Because when older adults fall and cannot get up, the situation becomes much more serious. Research on older adults found that many people who fall are unable to get up without help, and some remain on the floor for an hour or more. That prolonged time on the floor is often called a long lie. A long lie can lead to dehydration, pressure injuries, muscle damage, hypothermia, delayed medical care, and a major loss of confidence. And once fear enters the body, people often move less. They stop getting on the floor, they stop walking as much, they stop challenging their legs, hips, trunk, shoulders, and their balance. And that's where the downward spiral can begin. Less movement leads to less strength leads to less balance leads to more fear leads to fewer activities. And fewer activities lead to a greater chance that the next fall becomes more serious. One of the biggest concerns after a fall is a hip fracture. Hip fractures in older adults often require surgery, hospitalization, rehab, and some long-term care. Studies estimate that roughly 18 to 33% of older adults die within 1 year after a hip fracture. This depends, of course, on status and other health risk factors. The financial cost is also enormous. Recent estimates place the yearly cost of non-fatal older adult falls in the United States around $80 billion, with Medicare paying the majority of that cost. So when I teach floor exercises to stand, I'm not just trying to make someone better at exercise, I'm trying to help keep them on the physical map that allows them to return from the ground back to standing. That map includes rolling, pushing, kneeling, lunging, rotating, bracing, breathing, and coordinating the whole body. Because getting off the floor is not one movement. It's a conversation between the feet, knees, hips, spine, shoulders, hands, eyes, inner ears, and the nervous system. These 4 exercises are designed to rebuild that conversation. They help train the body to stay calm, organized, and capable if you ever find yourself on the floor. Because after 65, the goal is not just to avoid falling, the goal is to have enough strength, mobility, awareness, and confidence to recover if life puts you there. And that's what these exercises are really about. Not just fitness, it's about independence. All right, let's move into our 4 exercises to help get us up off the floor. Today we're going to learn how to get up off the floor in 4 easy steps. Step 1, we're going to start on our back. I'm going to bend, in this case, my right leg, and I'm going to have my right hand up. I'm going to keep my eyes on my right hand. Remember, the goal is to feel our way up and not to have to look at the floor. From here, I'm going to push with my right leg and drive myself up onto my left forearm. From there, I'm simply going to return back down to the starting position. Leg comes up, arm comes up, eyes looking at your hand. Now I'm using my right foot to push my body up and over onto my left forearm, keeping my eyes on my hand. We're going to repeat that 5 to 10 times until you get comfortable in the first phase of getting up off the floor. Once you're comfortable through phase 1, we'll add the next step. It's the same. I bring my arm and my leg up. I push myself over to my forearm, always looking at my hand. Now for step 2, I'm going to shift and push the weight onto my hand so my arm is straight. And then I'm going to lift my hips up into the air. I'm going to come back down, all the way to the beginning position. This is step 2. I bend the leg, I reach the arm, I roll myself over, phase 1. Phase 2, I transition into my hand and I lift my hips and I hold my bridge position. I come back down each step. We'll repeat that 4 or 5 times until you're comfortable with phase 2. Then we move on to phase 3. Phase 1, I bend the leg, I bring the arm up, I push myself over the forearm. Phase 2, I shift the weight onto my hand
and I lift my hips. Phase 3, I bring my leg under, and I hold, and I return. I come down, 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 repeating each phase sequentially. Phase 1, arm up, leg up, push yourself over to your forearm. Phase 2, shift the weight into the hand, lift the hips. Phase 3, bring the leg through and hold and return one step at a time back to the starting position. Lastly, we're going to add in the final step, step 4. Step 1, bend the leg and the arm, transition to the forearm. Step 2, transition to the hand, lift the hip. Step 3, bring the leg through, maintain. Step 4, we're going to square up and we're going to stand. I return down, I bring the leg back. I like to find my leg and reach out sideways to find the ground. I bring the leg back through and then forearm, leg, I roll all the way down and reset. So that is the full exercise to get up off the floor, all 4 phases. Phase 1, bend the leg, arm up. Phase 2, roll to the forearm. Phase 3, up onto the hand, off the hips. Next phase, we come through, we adjust, and we stand. We return back down, we find the leg, we come through, we come down, we come down, we come down. Ideally, you're going to do each side 5 repetitions and then switch.